we'll just have feet slightly apart. Let your arms hang at your side, bounce through your knees a little bit, give your hands a bit of a shake. And then do a little bit of twisting from side to side, letting your hands tap. As we let our bodies get used to the idea of waking up and starting a new day. And then come back to center and just notice what's going on inside your body. If there is any kind of current taking you in any particular direction, or if the weight is on one side more than the other. Breathing in and then breathing out through the nose. And you might naturally drop down into Ujjayi breath. Just listen out for the sound of your breath. And then keeping it loose. So there's a beautiful polarity that we try to bring together when we do a yoga practice, and that is that we make it strong but easy. So there's that grit, that push, that discipline to show up and to try and do things, pushing them to your edge, but there's also the grace to stay in the place where we're not hurting ourselves, we're not going into injury, and we're making the whole experience a pleasant experience. We're not pushing into a place of struggle. And so those two things, we're always coming into balance with those two things. So we'll play with that today. As you inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to do 3 of Sun Salutation A. Exhale as you come down. Soften the knees, have a little bounce. In fact, why not bring your elbows to your thighs and just take a moment here. As we let our hamstrings get used to the idea of a forward bend, and then from there we might bring the hands down to the floor, or you might cross your arms. Play with straightening and bending the legs. Notice the effect that has on your spine. And then hands drop down to the floor, or maybe they're on your shins. Inhale as you look forwards. And as you exhale, step back into a high plank. Let's pause here in a high plank. Have a wriggle. Be sure the elbows are soft. You're using strength, not the locking of bones. Soften the knees and lower yourself down to the floor. We'll take little baby cobras to warm our spine up. So inhale as you come up and exhale as you come down. We'll go a second time. Inhale to rise. And exhale as you come down. And your movement might be minuscule. Inhale to rise. And exhale, coming down. We're going to push back and sit on our heels. So push through the hands. Bring the forehead to the floor. And take some breaths here. Noticing how it feels down through your side body. Let's walk hands over to the side. And get that extra stretch. And then walk hands over to the other side. And come back to center. Come up through high plank as you inhale. And drop back into down dog as you exhale. 5 breaths. This is an invitation to explore how your body's feeling and to see if you can get your breath just a little bit deeper. Quite nice to sweep the knees from side to side and get a little bit of twist going on in the body. And then looking forwards as you inhale, walk your feet forwards and exhale as you fold. Inhale as you come up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. And we'll do a second one. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift as you inhale. And exhale as you step back. Dropping knees to the floor, lowering down. We'll do 3 here again, little cobras. You can play with letting them become stronger, but being really tuned into what's going on in your back. So you're really confident that you're not hurting yourself. You're creating space. You're lengthening. You're giving your lungs more room to breathe. Third time. And exhale. Come all the way back, but we'll do melting heart here. So drop your heart to the floor, bottom stays high. And you can experiment with walking your hands a little bit further forward, pressing the palms into the floor. Notice what happens in the armpits. And we'll add a little gentle twist by picking up the left arm, threading it beneath the right, turning the left ear to the floor, and breathing. Back up through to center. And then switching sides, so right arm threads beneath left. And coming back up through to center, let's come into high plank. And exhale to down dog. 5 breaths. Bring some height into the pelvis and drop the heels towards the floor. Inhale as you step forwards and exhale as you fold. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling hands to heart. I'll do a full, more classical sun salutation. Inhale. And exhale. Traveling on your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Listen for the sound of your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Traveling forwards as you inhale. Folding as you exhale. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling hands to heart. We'll come into classical to add some twists. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, step the right foot back. Bend the front knee, come down low. And just play around with exploring what's going on in your hips this morning. From this lunge position, inhale as you reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to do a rotation, but usually when I do a rotation, I kind of sweep that elbow across and come into a rotation. We're going to do it in a more active way because this way I'm using the elbow to leverage myself, but we're not going to do that. We're going to have a smaller movement but make it stronger by just using our body to turn to the side. You won't go as far, and then leaning a little bit further forward and staying there and breathing. So there's a huge amount of satisfaction we get when we do the hooking thing because we get to twist further, but notice the difference when you're just using your strength actually. Inhale, come back up to center, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back. Taking your vinyasa. Reaching the right leg up as you inhale. And exhaling, bringing that right foot forward. Take a moment to have a little bounce around, a bit of an explore. Coming up into the lunge, reaching arms up high. And exhaling, hands to heart. Turning and leaning a little bit further forward. And breathing here. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhaling, hands to the floor, stepping feet together. Inhale all the way up. And let's exhale into seated chair. Bring hands to heart. And we'll do the same again on each side. So we're not hooking anything. We're just going to gently turn to face one side. Take some breaths. Try to keep the lower belly scooped in if you can. Inhale as you come up to standing. Reach your arms up high, enjoy that stretch. And then exhale, bring the hands to your heart, bend the knees. We'll do the same on the other side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Place the hands down flat on the floor and again drop the hips, lift the hips. Look forwards, use that back foot as a pedal to rock your weight forwards and back. And that gives the back foot a bit of a wake up as well. Bring the left hand to the floor, reach the right hand up. And create as much space as you can from one hand to the other. And then bring both hands down. And we'll go the other side, inhaling as you come up. As much space as you can from one hand to the other. Notice the parts of you that are crumpling down and try to create some space if you can. Both hands to the floor. And then coming up into the lunge. Arms come up high. And this time, let's take the elbow across and notice the difference. Inhale as the arms rise. And exhale as the hands come to the floor and step back. Taking your version of the vinyasa down. Might be chaturanga, might not be. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go back. The left leg rises. The left foot comes forward. Let the hips sink low. Have a little play around. Use that back foot to give you leverage, moving forwards and back. Right hand stays grounded as the left hand rises, making as much space between the hands as you can, stretching across the collarbones. And then bringing both hands down. And reaching the right hand up. Both hands come down. Making your way up into the lunge. Hands come to heart and rotate to the other side again. This time you can use your elbow in the more traditional way. Notice, if you can, the difference between when you did this without hooking the elbow and how it feels now when you are. Well done. Inhaling as you come back up. Exhaling, hands to the floor, stepping feet together. Half lift. As you fold on the exhale, wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a hug. Inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale into seated chair pose. Bring your arms down so they're parallel with the floor. And then bring your hands onto your chest. And move your sitting bones a little bit further back and drop your hips a little lower. And listen for the sound of your breath. Inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale as you fold. Half lift as you inhale. And exhale as you step back. Coming down to the floor. Inhale as you rise. And exhale as you come back. Left foot turns out. Right foot comes forward. Inhale as you come all the way up. Virabhadrasana A. Let's lift that back heel. Straighten the front leg. You might need to hop your back foot a little closer actually. And then drop the back heel down to the floor. Open your arms wide. Inhale as you lift your heart. And as you exhale, come forwards, arms are open wide, so you're in aeroplane with your arms. And again, without doing any yanking, just keeping your arms out in either direction like that. Use your core strength to rotate and notice where you get to. It's not going to be as pretty, it's not going to be as satisfying, but it's going to be much more aware. And then bring that bottom hand down to the floor and come into the traditional twist. So we get to see how much of these twists are actually coming from our arms pulling us rather than from our core strength turning us. And good to add a little bit of a bounce, so let's bring the left hand in front of the right foot and come up into a rotated half moon. That left hip might want to adjust itself to become parallel to the floor. There's lots of movement, so play around with that and notice how it changes what's going on in the supporting leg. And then dropping that back foot down again, both hands either side of the front foot, pyramid pose. Inhale as you look up, exhale as you fold. Keep the hands on the floor, step your feet together. Inhale as you look forwards, exhale as you fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, seated chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Drop the hips a little lower, move them further back. Breathe a deeper breath. Inhale and exhale, fold. Half lift. Exhale as you step back and traveling down. Inhale as you come up and exhale as you go back. Right foot turns, left foot comes forward. Coming into the lunge. Inhale as you come up. Virabhadrasana A. Lift that back heel. Straighten the front leg. Maybe hop the back foot a little closer so that you can drop both heels down to the floor. Open the arms wide. You can imagine you're Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins and you're holding one of those broomsticks across your arms. Exhale as you come forwards and rotate, but without snapping the broomstick. So we're not in a balance yet. The back foot is down on the floor. We're in a very strong rotation that's not using that bottom hand to leverage. And then we're going to bring that bottom hand down, reach the top hand up. Looking down at that front foot, place the right hand in front of the left foot, and then we come up into the balance. Both hands to the floor, step your feet together. Half lift as you inhale. Exhale as you fold across your arms and hang. Release the hands to the floor. Walk your feet to the edge of the mat so the toes are off the mat, the heels stay on the mat. And then bend your knees and drop your hips down between your ankles. And bring your hands to your heart. And then from here, dropping the hips to the floor. And we'll take our hands behind our back, roll our shoulders away from the ears, lift our hearts. And bring our shins parallel to the floor. Keep lifting the heart and drawing in through the lower belly. And then bringing your arms either side of your legs. So we're in boat pose, Navasana. And then bringing the feet to the floor, soles of feet can come together. Knees drop out to the side as you hold onto your toes. And let the knees bounce, a little bit of butterfly. Inhale as you sit up and exhale as you roll, chin towards chest, crown of head down towards toes. And then walk your hands forwards. And over to the right a little bit. Back through to centre and over to the left a little bit. Back through to centre and then coming back up. And cross your legs. Bring your hands to your heart, turn to face the right knee. See if you can keep going a little bit further. Keep the height through the rib cage. See if you can feel the muscles that are working, and then use your hands to help you twist. And then come back to center. Cross your legs the other way. Hands to heart. Using your core to rotate as you turn to the left. And then use your hands to help you. And coming back to center. Well done, everyone. Have a beautiful day. And see you tomorrow for meditation. Those of you who are coming, thank you for joining us this morning. Take care.